I have here a pair of carburetors from a 220 220S sent in for some attention. They've been sitting around for quite a while, and the car wouldn't run very well. Well, there's several reasons why it wouldn't run very well. First of all, let's take a look at the choke mechanism that we have here. And let's take a look over here, and the choke mechanism is completely missing. In fact, the tab that's this is leftover lever here. Also notice in profile the correct carburetor nut, which is a thin profile nut, and on this carburetor it's just a standard thick nut. So somebody has screwed up and lost our choke linkage. Next thing we got to worry about is the damper. This damper dampens the second barrel. The little bolt right here is where you fill 10 weight oil and helps dampen the action. We've got a boot that's missing, but I've got those in the rebuild kit. Anyway, that's why it's supposed to work. And this guy right here is completely frozen. You can see how bent this one is. It's been bent and hasn't worked in quite a while. You can see the rust up there. Anyway, that's got to be taken care of. Another thing you want to pay particular attention to on these carburetors is the air corrector jet inside the throat. You never want to take your screwdriver and unscrew this air corrector jet. Typically what will happen is the stand that it's attached to will snap right off. Another issue we got to worry about is this non-return valve, or it has whether or not, as long as it doesn't leak, will probably be okay. Biggest problem is if it starts leaking out of its little pinhole right here. I don't even know if those are serviceable or available. So our big issues are, first of all, we got to find a carburetor that wants to donate some choke mechanism, and then we've got to see if we can find a damper that works. So we got some sleuthing to do. Other than that, appears to be standard rebuild. Haven't seen any cracks. Biggest problem is, of course, the pot metal warping. All the flat surfaces need to be trued up as best as possible, including the cast iron base and replacing of the phenolic spacer at the bottom here, and making sure that none of these threads are stripped out. That's a real problem. Typically these threads right here are the worst. They're a 4 by 0.75, and the pot metal threads eventually will just simply disintegrate or give way, and probably have to helicoil the accelerator pump diaphragm bodies. Very common problem, and one that we generally just helicoil on after inspecting the threads for condition.